Hi everyone. Um, you're welcome once again to Physics Workroom, where we try to solve certain problems to help you understand your revision better. Okay, we have this question on the board. You can see the circuit diagram. I have three resistors, R, and R, because they are similar. They are the same. Okay, now we have an EMF of 5.6 volts. The EMF of this battery is 5.6 and it has an internal resistance of 1.2 ohm. Okay, we have a current of 0.6 ampere flowing through this particular resistor. Now, the question says calculate the resistance R of each resistors in the circuit. So we want to find out what is this R, what is this R, and what is this R. That's what we want to do now. Okay, now where do we start from? Now, since we have internal resistance here, it means we are going to use the equation that has internal resistance. E is the same thing as I, that's current, capital R, that's multiply, plus I multiply small r. This small r is internal resistance. This capital R is the total resistance of the circuit. I hope you are following. So for that reason, I would like to put R total here. And I would also like to put total current here, which is telling me the total current in the circuit. Because the 0.6 ampere is the current in the last resistor. Are you following? Okay, how do I get the I total? My I total will be equals to, now note that since I have R here and this is the same, it means that the current that will flow inside here is also 0.6 ampere because the resistance are all the same, although they are in parallel. But since the resistance are the same, it means I will have 0.6 here, 0.6 here, and 0.6 here. That tells me that the total current will be 3 multiplied by 0.6. 3 because I have 3 resistors here. Are you following? Okay. Now, what is this answer? 3 times 0.6. 3 multiplied 0.6 will give me 1.8. So, the total current is 1.8. 1.8 ampere. Are you following? Good. Now, that's my total current. Now, I need to get the total resistance. Okay. Now, I can put all my values here. I have my EMF, right? I have my total current, I have my internal resistance, and I can easily find the total resistance. Okay, now my EMF is 5.76, is the same thing as my I total 1.8. 1.8 multiply. I don't know my total resistance. So it's the same thing as again 1.8 plus, not same, plus 1.8 multiply the internal resistance 1.2. Okay, 1.2. Let me put this in brackets so that it will be very clear. Can you see now? Okay, let me quickly do the arithmetics. I have 1.8 multiply 1.2. That will give me 2.16. The total of this is 2.16. I want to bring it to this place. I have 5.76 negative 2.16 is the same thing as 1.8 R total. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now what is this? 5.76. That will give me 3.6. 3.6. I have 5.76 negative 2.16. And that will give me 3.6. So I have 3.6 is the same thing as 1.8 R total. So my total resistance is equal to 3.6 divided by 1.8. I hope that is making some sense. Okay, 1.8. 1.8. So I have 2. Good. Now, look at this. The total resistance of this 3 is 2 ohm. 2 ohm. How do I get each resistance in the circuit? I know that all of them together is 2 ohm. So how do I get each of them? Okay, I can remove this now, so I can easily calculate that up here. You know all these 3 are in parallel. It means that my 1 divided by total resistance is the same thing as 1 divided by R plus 1 divided by R plus 1 divided by R. I told you that all these are the same. That's why I add them like this in parallel. Okay. Now what do I do next? This will give me this. Since I have the same thing at the denominator, I will add the numerator together. I will say 1 plus 1 plus 1 because the denominator is the same. Okay, so I have 3 divided by r, 3 divided by r. So my r total is the same thing as, now I change it because I have 1 over r total here and 3 over r here. Now since I'm having r total here, then I will have my r divided by 3. I hope you understand. That means that implies that my r is equals to 3 multiplied by r total. Cross multiplication, that's what I did there. So in the last solution we add that our total resistance is equals to 2 ohm. So my resistance is equals to 3 multiplied by 2, which will give me 6 ohm. That means that each of these is equals to 6 ohm. This is 6, this is 6, and this is 6. And that's what we are asked to find. You can see how easy this can be. Until I make another video, have a nice time. Bye-bye.
I finished.
Yes, my